Well, welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to some more Fan Fridays, and I really appreciated the comment for this battle. The tankiest Pokemon is the most underappreciated, and you know what? I can agree with that sentiment on Avalugg. Avalugg, I don't understand how it's not used as much, like how it's just used so little. It feels like it should get a lot more play just for what it brings to the table. Ice, very powerful, especially with all the dragons running around, and then just being one of the most insane physically defensive tanks in the entire game that also brings sustain. Yeah, it's a very scary Pokemon. I'd expect it a bit more in singles, but still popping it out in the doubles is going to be a bit more interesting, kind of comparing how it's going to perform. So, unfortunately, Avalugg does not have a high amount of special defense, but it looks like a Moringa Berry is going to cure that one as we go into just set up. I'm actually interested in what the Aromatisse might be up to, and I'm wondering if it's actually going to use that Aroma move. I don't remember what it's called. Aromatic Mist, yes. Because that's going to go and boost allies' special defense. So now Avalugg shouldn't die, I feel, and it goes into a curse. So insane amounts of special defense, already boosting now insane amounts of defense on the Avalugg. It should be able to recover next turn and then not have to worry about anything ever again. But then Aromatisse also picking up some special defense for itself with that Z move. Then it can set up a Trick Room, and I think everything should take care of itself. So Xurkitree going to keep spamming that Dazzling Gleam right there. Avalugg, yeah, much less damage. Ooh, Aromatisse actually bringing a Heal Pulse. So no Trick Room. Avalugg doesn't need to recover. And now we're going to see what Avalugg goes for. Is it spamming Curse to gain damage, or is it going for the damage itself? So an Avalanche. Boom. Who needs Trick Room? Actually, Avalanche, I think, is reduced priority, so Trick Room could still work for it. It just gives you that increased healing under speed, as well as setting up the Curse and stuff. So that's a lot of damage. The +1 Avalugg Avalanche, that's it. It has high amounts of attack and then goes into high base power under stab. That's scary stuff. Sacred Sword, super effective, ignoring the defensive boost even, but that's why Avalugg is so defensively tanky. Like, that Sacred Sword should have cut through it, but no, it just has so many stats you can't. So Leech Seed, that's going to hurt Avalugg more than anything. Like, status, Leech Seed, that really sucks for tanky Pokemon. But now the Earthquake coming in. So Aromatisse is going to take a hit, but the Blade Form Aegislash will not be able to survive. And Ferrothorn even taking over a third of its health, which is something that, you know, Ferrothorn, when it starts getting that damage range, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So Ferrothorn will sap a little bit of health off of that Leech Seed. And that's whatever. Also, I think the anti-Trick Room right here, if they're not focusing the Aromatisse, that Heal Pulse is picking up the Avalugg, and then Avalugg starts the turn at really good hit points while being able to just kind of cycle through insane amounts of damage. So now, Z move from the opponent, so bringing out the damage onto Tapu Fini. And this is actually going to be a bit different. Not going to be a Fairy-type Z move, but going into the Hydro Vortex. I wonder if that's a Hydro Vortex Hydro Pump then. So trying to do as much as it can to the Avalugg, but it just needs that Moringa Berry survival, and it looks like Avalugg should be good to go. So still, oh, that still hurts a bit. I'm guessing from the amount of damage with that Sacred Sword, that Avalugg is very defensive boosted, but there's a Heal Pulse, immediately negating all that damage. Power Whip into the insane, I was about to say into the insane tankiness, but no, Aromatisse will finally go down, but that's it. Like, it's either supporting, and then Avalugg is still being very scary, so that's going to be an Earthquake. Looking to put Ferrothorn into KO potential, but yeah, I feel probably should have Avalanched the Ferrothorn just to KO it, and then Tapu Fini would be, you know, you just kind of tack it down. But at the same time, you know, the opponent's lost 2.5 Pokemon, and we're still rocking all, like, 3 left. So Point Stones against Slazzle. Could break Sash, but if Slazzle is just run damage, that's okay. And then Outspeed Sludge Bomb into Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini will go down off of that, so don't sleep on the Slazzle. Actually, I'm wondering why we're not seeing it as much. I wonder if Scarf Slazzle has, like, Tapu Koko or Tapu Fini KO potential. Probably not, because it doesn't, like, it lacks a bit of damage. That'd be really interesting if you used it to, like, out-Scarf and then just come in for some Poison Hate. Quick Poison Hate could be very powerful, but then Ferrothorn finally goes down, and that's it. Happens. Like, I don't really know what to say about that. It was just that. Now, a funny thing about this Pokemon team is that it got me thinking about, like, team mechanics and stuff when it comes to other games like Overwatch and League of Legends. Because when you're thinking about it, it's like, what do you do in the situation where there's a lead like this, okay, it's like we have Avalugg, Aromatisse. Aromatisse probably wants to set up Trick Room, so you might need to prioritize it, but then Avalugg can still snowball pretty quickly, and depends on the respect-disrespect. If the opponent doesn't want to respect Pokemon, then we get into some pretty interesting situations. Now, the opponent leading Braviary Pidgeot. Pidgeot might be a special attacker, so that Heat Wave is scary, but Braviary doesn't look to be any threat to the Avalugg, and maybe even the Aromatisse. So we're just going to have to see how this turn ends up playing out. But yeah, that Heat Wave is something that needs to be happening. Ooh, the Sky Drop. Turn negation. Hurricane from the Pidgeot, though. So just looking to single target and still do a lot right there. However, isn't it own tempo? And it said Aromatisse became confused, right? Like, what just happened? So that's going to be the curse into that. Gaining those defenses. Oh, never mind. Wow, yeah, that's actually mechanic. I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was the Hurricane onto the Avalugg, but actually, the Hurricane onto the Aromatisse into the Sky Drop. Avalugg barely surviving that Heat Wave, and looking to actually bring that berry into play. Moringa Berry, right. I was like, oh, Confusion Berry. No, Avalugg with that Avalanche, though, will hit on the Pidgeot. Pidgeot taking enough damage to go down. And that's actually a crazy combo. I really like what the opponent's going for right there. Skydrop Hurricane, you're getting that invulnerability, you're removing them from the game for a turn, and then you're just slamming insane amounts of damage. The opponent would have to return a very powerful double-hitting move to offset that, and then if the opponent comes down, Skydrop damage and Hurricane seems to be a pretty reliable KO. So Gardevoir will Mega Evolve right there, and Avalugg, it's looking to be pretty bad, but if you can bring in enough speed into a Heal Pulse, you might be able to make up for that turn, and then it will hold on to that special. But with that curse, that Fake Out's not going to matter. No, 4 damage. Avalugg's too heavy to be lifted. I guess that's a problem. Maybe it's Scarf. If it's Scarf on the, it has to be Scarf, right? Braviary isn't, is it that fast? I think there's like some surprising stats about that Braviary. But it has a good attack. Either way, Fake Out didn't do anything. Can't Sky Drop, super heavy Pokemon. And if you bring in a fast enough Heal Pulse, you can keep it alive. But now, it looks like the special threat is done from the opponent's team. So now we're just going into these weird combos. Oh, Braviary going to use that Sky Drop, dodge out the Avalanche. Avalugg's protecting this turn, just in case Scolipede wants to go for that hit. Braviary with a Sky Drop, not going to be insane damage, but I would be worried about the Gardevoir eating a Poison Jab, and maybe Protect was not the best move. Like, you could have Avalanche now, get that Braviary out of the way, and Gardevoir will go down. Scolipede actually has a high amount of attack, and then brings in a lot of threat when it starts speed boosting, especially with that Life Orb. So yeah, now it's a sweeper. It got the turn, it's now Life Orb, speed boosting sweeper, but Ambipom's going to come in, Fake Out, slow down something. Like, this is your chance. You either Fake Out the Braviary, and then you Avalanche it, or you just go try to target the Scolipede. But Ambipom's Fake Out looks like you might as well get that Scarf threat out of the way. It makes it really hard for Avalugg to lock it down, and then that's going to be the Avalanche follow-up. And the Avalugg sweeping is real right now, guys. Look at that. Delabird's Fake Out. I don't see what it's going to do. Maybe you Fake Out the Ambipom. You use Scolipede to KO the Ambipom off of that. And then Avalugg just kind of takes out whatever it needs to. I would Avalanche right now, the Scolipede, because when it attacks, it will be something that you can... Okay, so looking to just Fake Out that damage. Scolipede with the Mega Horn, looking to take out Ambipom. No, about to say, I thought I was going for Ambipom all by itself. But no, Ambipom, Fake Out, last resort, making me proud right there. Delibird, that's a one-hit KO, because now we're dealing with insane damage. The curse onto Avalugg, doesn't matter if that's Life Orb, Stab, high base power, Avalugg tanks it super well. And now it looks like the opponent should be done. Poison Jab to remove the Ambipom. That's damage. Like, Scolipede's damage, guys. Like, that's damage. Like, you don't consider that, but yeah, that hurts. Avalanche will be enough. Oh, actually not enough. Scolipede also has bulk. And then, like, a crit would end the game, but the Mega Horn playing with that accuracy wouldn't be enough to KO, and then that's going to be it. So Scolipede goes down to the Avalanche, and that is going to be it. Also, I think with the Avalanche damage calculations, probably could have gotten like a low roll instead of a high roll to finish off. And the mechanics of these battles actually getting pretty fancy. So all you need, Avalugg to survive. The Pidgeot Heat Wave, that came close, But yeah, like a neutral special attack or a non-stab super effective hit, looks like Avalugg can tank it. And then that's why I feel like Aromatisse needs to be going for either a first turn immediate heal pulse instead of that Z move unnecessarily, because then like that's bad. Unless Avalugg protects, switch into Gardevoir, try to get a heal pulse, maybe a faster heal pulsing Pokemon, but I really feel like that Trick Room to get that priority healing in there just as you need it against those overwhelming special attacks is good. But once Avalugg survives that, it turns into an absolute monster. I think that's some pretty good stuff. So guys, enjoy this battle. I hope to see you in the next Fan Fridays.